Hey everyone, it's Drayton from Scale Trains, and I'm joined here today by my good friend and coworker, Josh Singletary, to kind of go down memory lane and talk about the first time we chased the L&N Heritage Unit through East Tennessee. Now, Josh, that was what, September 2023?
Yep.
What do you remember about that day?
I remember getting up very early, and we drove all the way up past Knoxville up to Oak Ridge and started our chase there and chased it down to Etowah.
We almost didn't make it to Etowah because we were following a friend, and this friend said that he had permission to go down this private road. We took him for his word, which we came to later regret. Got down trackside, we're there for about 5 minutes, and this car comes flying down the road. What are you guys doing here? What's going on? And we basically explained to him that there was a special train coming, which he thought that was crazy. And he was like, well, I don't care, just get your pictures and get out of here. And thankfully, we didn't end up going to jail because we later found out that he was an off-duty police officer, and we were kind of close to where the Y-12 National Lab Waste Depository was at, and that's why he was stationed there. So we almost didn't make it to Etowah that day, and we're really glad that we were able to live to tell the tale. But that day, the 1850 was in charge of a coal train, and it was cool because it was all CSX hoppers, and it was nice. The sunlight was perfect, and we got it going by old L&N signals, which have been around for like, what, 100 years, something like that?
Getting close to it.
And we caught it in a couple spots south of Knoxville, which is really hard to chase because there's a lot of speed traps on 411. But we finally made it to Etowah, where CSX uncoupled it from the train. Why did they end up doing that?
Yeah, so they were, CSX was gracious enough to allow the L&N Historical Society's convention. They decided to donate the engine for the weekend to have a photo shoot with it for the society. And so we spent a couple days being able to photograph it the next weekend after it got dropped off. And we all had a great time, and we were very thankful to CSX for allowing that to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, being one of the youngest members of the L&N Historical Society, was there. He documented the locomotive for Scale Trains so that we could offer the 1850 in this latest run of ES44s. And Josh, when the run finally got here, you ended up getting one, which is kind of odd for you because you're a classic L&N modeler. Why did you decide to add 1850 to your roster, and what all did you do to it?
Yeah, so I decided I needed some modern power. So if I go over to somebody's house and have an operating session and they have modern equipment, I have something to run that fits in, not 70s era L&N. So that was a good addition with a couple other CSX locomotives, modern ones, and makes it look a little bit better, and something else I can model that expand my horizons.
Absolutely, and we have a mutual friend, Michael Stevens, who thinks that the ES44 is the greatest locomotive ever made of all time. So I think your locomotive will fit in right there on his layout in his next operating session. So Josh, you know, another thing that's kind of cool is we have some classic L&N locomotives in stock too, not just the Gevos. We have the as-delivered L&N GP40s in stock, but if you want to add one of these to your roster, you better act quickly because there's only 6 of them in stock now at scaletrains.com. These locomotives were used in both mainline and branch line service. And they had gyro lights, of course, which being a signature L&N feature, bright LEDs, and they look great on any railroad, especially those 1970s layout. Josh, do you have one?
I have a couple of them. And
he's going to end up doing weathering, I'm assuming, at some point? Nice, nice. You can't go wrong with a project like that. So, well, you heard it, folks. In stock now at scaletrains.com. Limited availability for both. Click the links in the video description to order yours today. Until next time, we'll see you here on the Scale Trains YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and tune in for our next video. All right, we'll see you later.